lost that.
No, that was a rough one.
Would you look at that?
Wow,
huh?
guys, man. Or something.
The Spectre.
This is like the third or fourth time in a row we've seen this exact same thing happen, where one team takes the drow and then
We're not
instantly
smart.
the
We're
Spectre in
just
the first
paying
phase.
attention.
Yeah, exactly. Which, I mean, we're not even paying that much attention. We're just
Radiant's
sitting here,
team
you know.
back.
It's just
So I think if memory serves, that was it was Drow, Lion, Sand King, Oracle, OD.
if memory serves, as he reads it off his notes. You're just pulling that out of your head.
Thanks,
Is
bud.
that what the people are supposed to believe
Thanks,
at home?
bud.
I'm breaking the illusion of the magic. We're not in Disneyland yet here. You don't get a pass on the fairy tale story, mister.
I thought I was the Disney princess I always wanted to be, Trent. Thanks
Yeah,
for
I know.
ruining that illusion as well.
Sorry. Well, we talked about things we've learned this whole event, and, you're seeing a lot of it right here. We talked about the Centaur Warrunner versus the Drow draft. It's a very good thing, getting on top of that Drow Ranger. And then we've seen
10
EHOME themselves
seconds
taking that
remaining.
Necrophos in combination with the Drow. They know how strong it is. We know how great Scythe is up against
5
these big
seconds
tanky cores like
remaining.
a Spectre. And OD, one of these heroes that's a little bit more reliable
Dire
in terms
team
of
pick.
getting good rotations into that mid lane.
Now the Kunkka taken out by NIP. And they'll move into their third pick.
You want to get some range hero, but you also with the Drow lineup need to have some kind of a save or 1/2 beefy heroes who can protect the Drow.
Couple different ways they could slice it. Oracle also still in the pool. If they want to go the
10
save
seconds
route.
remaining.
Yeah, I think I like Oracle or Avenge here.
5
I
seconds
think NIP was
remaining.
actually staying one step ahead of this Spectre because they know they're going to go for it. So with the line, he can hex one illusion, can drain the other one. It's extremely effective.
Yeah, you just pair yourself together as a support duo, and the line just hexes the most important illusion first, and then man drains the other. It's actually so worth.
Basically, Lion is probably the save here. If he stands near the Drow during the hunt.
That's true. Yeah, maybe I mean, Peter does play a lot of Lion too, actually. So there's even a chance that he plays it on
Radiant
5.
team
But I think
pick.
we'll see more of a lane-centric hero for him. But we're not going to find out yet.
Fiery Sword makes it to third pick.
Jeez, you're tempting me with a Grimstroke here. But, you know, you see a Doom, you see a Lion, you get a little excited. Then you pick Grimstroke and you get depressed.
Yeah.
We saw him win a game, I think.
A couple. I still don't know how to feel about Grimstroke
Dire
overall. He
team
feels weak. I get the combo is still really good, but he feels risky to me. Witch Doctor now.
He needs a really good Inkswell combo, not just the Soulbind, I think. But
True.
The Witch Doctor, this is something that we kind of wanted when it was the EHOME lineups with the Drow Ranger. They went back for the Dazzle after failing with it the first time and then winning 2 games with Witch Doctor. But now his Keeper of the Light was still in the pool. So
10
interesting that
seconds remaining.
actually, I mean, Keeper of the Light and Winter Wyvern, 2 big heroes we tend to think of versus the Drow lineup.
5
So they're
seconds
super
remaining.
focused on the Spectre's laning phase right
Yeah,
now.
they want to have some kind of a heal in the laning stage.
Yeah.
Or if it's Winter Wyvern, Witch Doctor, Warlock, Dazzle, you name it.
Yeah. And, I mean, that's kind of the thing when we talk about these Game 5s and even Best of 1s, they're kind of the same thing in a sense. Obviously, you have more information in a Best of 5, but when you get down to that Game 5 or that Best of 1, this idea of just, like, stability, just don't lose the lanes. You lose the lanes, the game's just straight up over, and you're not giving yourself any sort of a chance. So you really got to start with that very solid foundation.
Oh, no.
And
Whoa.
the
Yikes.
lanes.
Huge
Hey,
yikes.
the lanes. Look, you guys are hating on my boy Undying, but Undying has these aspects that you don't see from a spectator perspective. It's hard to see from the way that we watch these games. No, one of the best things about Undying is the vision when you drop that tombstone, dude. You talk about these fights where they're running in a little bit blind, sure, but you get that tombstone down, that's 1800 vision. Daytime, nighttime,
10 seconds
absolutely
remaining.
insane. Sieging the high ground,
That's a point. Yeah.
tombstone's great.
You know who has better vision?
5
Spectre.
seconds
And
remaining.
he also takes away your vision.
Do you have any bridges that need selling? Because I can go all day, baby. This Undying,
I mean, Flesh
Yeah,
Golem's
Dying
pretty
is
cool. I'll
extremely
give you
good
that.
hero, especially first 3 minutes. Then it doesn't feel like it at all. You're playing 4 versus 5. His
we'll
talent
see.
was
I mean, I'll-
moved from level 15
Yeah.
to level 20. And
We'll see.
there's no way you're getting to that point where you're going to get a double tombstone.
I mean, Trent, I couldn't agree with you more. It is pretty hard to see his impact in a lot of these games. You're right. It's borderline invisible. Nature's Prophet now for EHOME. We've talked about him a lot, but they
Yeah.
will finally pick him up.
Zhao 8. And
In the 3, no less.
the
Yeah.
global presence of the Nature's Prophet and the Spectre.
They have a global strat, but they are extremely squishy right now. Witch Doctor, Niche Prophet will probably
10
build
seconds
into
remaining.
Templar Assassin.
He'll probably get those team fighting items to tank up a
5
little bit.
seconds
I heard
remaining.
squishy. Did someone say squishy? That definitely makes me think of the TA. Drow lineup too. Nice and
yeah.
early play. Some Roche potential here. Oh, yeah.
NIP played it in Game 2, as I reference my notes.
Oh, well, at least you're honest about it now.
Oh, my. NIP with a minute of reserve time here to think about this final ban.
EHOME going to be forced to go for that blind
back.
pick as well. Oh, my goodness. NIP, I mean, that is one thing, right? Sure, maybe you want it yourselves,
But if they get it,
yeah, then it's equally dangerous in these situations versus the Drow draft. So fair enough, but she definitely became the important hero in this last one. And what are our other 9th pick heroes that we like? We talk a lot about the Lena.
Oh, the Meepo ban.
Death
Okay,
Prophet.
right into Ember.
The Ember Spirit, okay. So you talked about global. I mean, he's not necessarily global, but he does have very excellent presence across the map. He can sometimes build boots travel on the earlier end, but more importantly, he's just very mobile. He can leap from a far distance while the Haunt is coming out, and he also can make good use of that vision during team fights. So can Rubik, actually, which is a nice part of the Spectre Rubik opening.
they need a hero who's
10
ranged on the mid
seconds
lane to benefit
remaining.
from draw aura.
Is this the Arc Warden game?
5 seconds
Could
remaining.
do well if he transformed. They have very limited burst damage, and with his high sustain, I think this could fit. Not the best matchup against Ember Spirit. I would give Ember Spirit probably 60-40.
And you wanted the Arc Warden? Is that what I
Well,
shared there, mister?
said, is this the Arc Warden was the question.
It's definitely on the riskier end. I don't know. It
Feels
depends.
scary.
It's pretty bad versus Spectre in a lot of ways, too. It kind of has the same logic as the Drow.
Yeah.
So makes it a bit spooky. But you're right. It's not often that you think of the ranged heroes that counter the Ember Spirit, right? So it makes it a little bit tough at the end.
Whoa!
So now this got banned in one of our games, and it was like, oh my goodness, they actually.
Here you've got a Spectre, right? And you know, Spectres are they're a lot more aggressive early on the way that you can build it, but is it going to be enough?
We'll see. We'll see, because with the Huskar and the Drow, you definitely can provide like force pressure on Neverend and his Spectre to fight and join these fights earlier, right? But at the same time, Zhao 8 should do fine on mid. I'm not certain how this matchup is gonna go. Like, you're playing versus a Huskar with the Furion. So it's not really a matchup that we see very often. But with that Blightstone and with those Nature's Calls, Little Treants, he's definitely first blood. All right. Yeah, just some random chat.
They're feeling confident. I like it. I like it.
With that Furion on the mid lane, I think you have a much better chance than if you put that Ember mid. So it's really good that they're sending the Ember on the side lane.
Do you think we'll see a switch up at all? Try and get better laning, or?
You mean switch up from NIP?
Yes.
I think perhaps they're going to think about where they want to send this Zhao. Top lane versus Ember or bottom lane versus Spectre. As long as they're tri-laning, they don't really care. Doom on the top lane should be fine as well. But versus this tri-lane, he might have some issues.
He's already getting chopped down quite a bit, below half HP.
Has those 2 stout shields to work with, so he's going to just run back towards top, as he had devoured a creep already, so he's going to just run top.
All right, well, I'm interested to watch this mid lane matchup, especially here. Although bottom lane, you can see that already that Undying putting some of that pressure down over on Spectre.
Yeah, he has 2 mangoes to work with, so he's going to be able to decay them time after time. Witch Doctor and Spectre. If someone told me that that's going to be the meta of the tournament, God, I think that he's just as delusional as that guy that thinks that EHOME is in the finals after the group stages, as Lacoste had put it in the panel.
All right. Going to trade back and forth a little bit here on this bottom lane.
On the bottom lane, you have the Witch Doctor just healing up the Spectre. On the mid lane, you have Huskar just using his new Inner Fire, well, fairly new Inner Fire, to deal with the creeps, to deal with these pesky little treants. He didn't even go for Burning Spears, which is really interesting, as Furion and Huskar are right now just trading last hits. Oh, Fat actually being blocked there. But, yeah, Inner Fire works its magic and he runs away.
I'd be interested to see like the way that he's building this in particular, if he's still going to be as active early on, because that's really the name of the game, right? Coming out from
the last few games that I've seen Fata play Huskar, and Alliance, I believe, as well, and Navi play Huskar. Those are the teams that really love this hero. I've seen a couple of bracers, and then you build, like, you don't even have to go armlet, you go for halberd, and you just fight early on. But this hero actually scales very well right now. It's not like completely early game oriented. It's not like you lost if you lose that first Aegis. You can scale fairly well with Huskar, so don't be fooled. This hero is all right in the late game as well.
And also you've got the Drow on your side too, so it
Oh,
does give
yeah.
you a little bit more of that insurance policy that you'll be able to do quite a bit.
Huskar isn't really the hero that needs more attack speed, but yeah, it's gonna help him out. The precision aura is nice, and the Drow, as you said later on, is so strong. Even versus the Spectre. Spectre is the counter to Drow, and we've seen EHOME play versus Drow with Spectre already today, and they won. So we'll see what happens in this game.
It's crazy to see how much the meta changes depending on the patches. You know, way back in the day, if you would had a Drow lineup, you would only have a certain window, but now just scales so much better.
Yeah, it's just a different hero. With the new builds on the Drow, she just scales better. The hero has been changed as well. The aura is different, the ultimate is different, so yeah.
Fun part of Dota here. Fata sitting a little bit low.
Yeah, same.
Has a regen rune though.
About there's
Oh, Zero gonna he grabs the Zhao 8, gets
Zhao
that,
8
but he's
might be
got the
dead here,
burning
though.
spears. Puts out a little bit of damage. Not sure if he's gonna be able to close the gap in time here. And look at that little treant.
Yeah, he was pretty much moving that treant to block Huskar, and because of that, Huskar wasn't able to commit. We have a Rubik rotation, however, so Fata has to run away, but he might be lifted here. Nah. The thing is, you see that he's low, but he has so much regen. If you go on him and you don't kill him, you're just gonna feed away a kill for sure. So better not poke the beast.
This bottom lane is so difficult for the Spectre. Only 8 CS right now on our 16 and 6 on the Drow Ranger.
Yeah, so the problem is you have this Witch Doctor with the Voodoo Restoration. He should be like standing next to you, healing you up, right? But Undying, exactly. If you're doing that, Undying is just gonna decay both of you and get even more strength. So it's not really that great of a lane to play if you are a Witch Doctor.
There's only so much harass that you can do right now, especially when you've got so much health that's just on this Undying over here.
At the same time, the Ember is doing well, and I always like to see this playmaker do better than the hard carry. If you have to split your resources in between the two of them, I'd rather be helping the guy that's going to help me in the mid game, right? I'd rather help the guy that's going to carry me through the mid game and make space, because if Spectre is shut down, she can recover. If Ember is shut down, there's not a lot that he can do. And the recovery phase takes too long, and he's just useless. Saksa, however, on that top lane.
Oh, they get the rotation
impale.
coming out. Beautiful stun, though. And is Lion going to be able to make it? Looks like Saksa is going to try to run back around. They've taken away all the mana over here on Zhao 8.
Zhao
He's
8.
going to run. They should be able to get this out, but they'll be able to get the trees out. 33, not going to be able to finish up that kill. And Zhao 8 going to be able to walk away.
That was so close, actually. If he only had that Infernal Blade, he would have killed him, but he has 2 levels of Devour, 1 level of Scorched Earth, and because of that, he is unable to get that kill. Huskar, meanwhile, just farming mid because there's no Furion.
I'm sure he's pretty okay with that right now. Runes are coming up, though. Should be able to go get themselves those bounties, and the shrines will be activated, so.
Yeah, it's going to be 3 runes for an IP, and they're super satisfied by that.
And they've shut down the Spectre pretty hard right now. But like you said, it's going to come down to the Emperor. What kind of a build do you want to see on this Emperor Spirit coming up inside of EHOME?
Like he can do the casual one with phase boots, drums, something similar. Just something that's going to allow him to rotate across the map and provide pressure, hunt this Drow Ranger early on. He doesn't
Again, another rotation coming out. They're going to try to take down this Undying. He's very, very tanky, though. Ace already running himself away.
blocks
I'm not
are
sure if they're going
real.
to be able to get that kill, but they might be able to find the kill on the Undying. Again, they've got a
heals
lot
up.
of damage. He's got the heal, though. He's ticking down, though, to this Malithix. He's still got all that strength. They are just trying everything to take down this
Drowning.
Undying, and they cannot do it. They're chasing him so far underneath this tower. The TP rotation coming out from the Lion. They'll be able to slow down. They drop the Tombstone. They're going to try to take
Huskar
down
is
Y,
there.
and they've got so much damage. They'll get the first blood by taking down Y. Can they find the kill over here onto the Spectre? She's going to try to TP herself out. They have that inner fire, but they don't have anything to cancel the TP.
Fata, he tried. He used the inner fire to get her closer to the line, but it just didn't work out in the end, and the Spectre does survive. At
It's
the
a
same
long
time,
chase, though.
it's a long chase, and yeah, it's good overall. It's good
What a
that they
dive.
survived. It's always hard to dive the Undying. He has a stout shield, he has sticks. He's like,
Bottom lane, can they find the kill on Zhao 8? They'll
They can.
find it, and they're going to keep chasing after this Witch Doctor. He's going to get the Maledict off. They've got a lot of damage coming out from these treants. They're trying to block him up a little bit, but again, it's very difficult to take down this hero. Beautiful little spike coming
One
out
more
from Saksa
Maledict.
just to push him back. Is he going to tick down? He will fall.
he needed to turn there and use the K, but because he didn't, he falls, and they finally take down that pesky Undying. So far, they were trying multiple times, but they couldn't. And he's a very tricky hero to kill early on. As the panel has stated, early on this hero is amazing. Later on is where he falls off. We see another rotation by Zhao 8 on the bottom lane.
Bottom lane, Ace is all treed up. He's got to find an opening here. Is he going to be able to TP himself out in time? Will be able to. Oh, why?
Saksa.
Throw it out. Yes, Saksa, what a playmaker. Gets tossed back. He's most likely going to fall here. Not going to be able to TP out just in time.
That TP was a little bit optimistic, but at the same time, he does save his...
He saved Ace.
Yeah, he saves Ace with that beautiful impale there. This is the third time already in this game that he has a multiple hero impale, so very well played overall. Good positioning.
It's definitely the mark of a good support player, not just taking one hero down with the stun, but taking out multiple. And you're going to see some bullying coming out here from PPD as he goes and finds Never End over in that jungle.
He finds him, zones him out a bit, and there's just not enough room in the Radiant jungle. Ember is jungling, Spectre tries to, and also Zhao 8 is doing the same. However, this Furion, he can always rotate, he can always TP and help his teammates out, so even if he is jungling, it's not so bad for them. When Ember is doing that, though, it is, because he needs to be rotating with his level 6 and bottle. He can be the one that just gives them enough damage to take down the Drow, to take down the Lion as well.
Do you see Never End? He TPs back down to the bottom lane. This pressure's intense coming out from the side of Ninjas in Pajamas.
Lion is here, Undying is here, but I'm not certain they can do a lot to this Spectre. The two of them definitely cannot.
They've been able to slow down her farm quite a bit, though. This Drow definitely in the lead right now for CS.
Yeah.
Get a couple decays off over here.
You can see pretty much what they're doing. They're setting up the Lion on the bottom lane so that he can get some experience. Meanwhile, Drow is just farming the jungle because she has that advantage. And there's no necessity for her to be in the lane any longer because it can always happen that Ember rotates and then the Furion as well, like he is right now.
There's the rotation. Saksa, he's a lone little Lion underneath the tower. And 430 will find the kill.
That's
rotation.
That's pretty much why Drow is in the jungle right now. You do not want to be dying to these kind of ports from the Furion and then 430 just coming in as well. So
when are we going to start seeing Ninjas in Pajamas making these rotations, right?
You're waiting for that armlet, I believe, on Huskar. Okay. After that, you should be just ready to fight. Maybe Drow doesn't even have to join you, but you need that armlet on the Huskar and then you fight. You really just want to fight around the Huskar. He's going to be your strongest hero in the mid game.
It seems like his lane has gone quite well for himself here.
He's fighting creeps. For the last 5 minutes, no one has been there, so he's just having a blast on this mid lane. All three heroes of the dire side of NIP are on top of the network charts, and you have to do something about it if you are EHOME. You aren't on a clock. You still do have that Spectre, and I believe you feel fine with that. But this Ember could do a lot at the moment, and you can see him rotating around that bottom bounty. Perhaps this is the play.
We'll be able to snatch it up.
Yeah, he still has Flame Guard on cooldown, so he can't really go for that Undying. Even with it, it would be difficult.
That's 3 runes going over to the side of EHOME. As they make their way towards this top lane, 33. He's got the Midas online. He's got those drums, too. He's a pretty wealthy demon here.
He's on top of the network charts, 5k net worth at the moment. He's doing so well. Hand of the Midas and the Doom, pretty good.
Some quality time jungling here with Ace and PPD using that tombstone to their advantage.
Yeah, that tombstone just helps her tank, and because of that she can take down the Ancients a little bit easier. Drow already can take down Ancients with 3 raid bands and power threads. She's fine.
Makes life a little easier, but of course Saksa down here, he's all alone again, so they'll be able to go. Nice spike though, we'll be able to slow them down. I don't know if they're going to be able to get this kill this time.
He's fine, yeah. Again, just a good impale.
Created.
And space
Top
created.
lane, they've got the Doom over here on the Rubik. Are they going to be able to finish up? No, 33, he's going to get rotated on. And indeed, we see Never End. He's up here in the top lane. They get the Maledict off. We'll be able to use those Searing Chains, hold him into place, and they're going to just chase down this Doom. He gets the Devour off, but they'll be able to take him down.
Yeah, he gets one last meal, but he still does die in the end. Overall, he did use the Doom on the Rubik. He tried to be way too aggressive there, considering you're playing versus Furion, considering you're playing versus Spectre, going that deep on that Rubik. He knew what was going to happen. I think he calculated this. I think he knew that they were going to rotate to kill him, and he just created a bit more space for the Drow, for the Huskar to farm in.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
That Huskar just going ham on that mid-tier 1 as Rubik and Vigil and the Furion are rotating in.
have that armlet online soon. Trees come out though. Fata just goes right through, and that's going to be a follow-up from Saxa. They've got that Finger of Death. Are they going to be able to find this kill in time? Not going to be able to take down the Rubik just that yet, but they'll be able to find it now. Peter D trying to run himself away as this tower. He's tanking a lot of hits. There's going to be the jump forward though coming out from Fata. He'll turn his attention now over to the Witch Doctor. He's going to try to go and get this ultimate off, and it's doing so much damage. He'll actually be able to take down the Huskar. Saxa now trying to run himself away, and he's going to get chased down by a big old spooky ghost as Neverend finds a kill.
Yeah, so they take down the line and the Huskar, and they also deny that tower, so that's really good for NIP. They only lose the Rubik. Overall, though, maybe you could have waited on NIP. Maybe you could have waited just 30 more seconds because he had that armlet in base. The only thing that he needed was for it to be shipped out. It was still a decent plan. They baited out the Huskar with the smoke with Lion and Undying. It just didn't work out this time around. EHOME, they have this global potential. Their heroes are very mobile, and Huskar has to be careful about the positioning and the way he plays. If there's one target that you're going on, you have to understand you're probably going on that target plus Spectre plus Furion.
Smoke comes out over on the side of EHOME. They're going to try to possibly find themselves this Drow Ranger.
And they might, because they have those wards on the Witch Doctor. I believe he's going to ward up, and instantly they see her. There's haste on Ember.
Or 30. He's going to go, Remnant himself forward immediately. They try to get that gust off, but there's going to be the global presence coming out from the Nature's Prophet. They'll throw her up into the air, and they'll push her back. They'll be able to take down this Drow. Undying, he's trying to fight through. In comes the Huskar, though. We'll be able to go, turn this back around, get the kill on the Witch Doctor. And again, you're going to see as they try to run after this Nature's Prophet, those trees are not going to save him.
Ace was mad right there. He buybacks, instantly ports onto the shrine. Doesn't really contribute a whole lot, but is there for that kill on Zhao Wei to get some experience and the range gold. So not really worth it, I believe, that buyback, but perhaps they can turn it into this tier 1 push on the bottom lane.
This is everything on the line right now, Lizard. You know, the winner of this is going to the majors, so gotta be careful with those motions, keep them in check. Although it's an early buyback, I don't think it's that big of a...
It's an early buyback,
deal,
exactly. So it didn't really cost way too much, and I don't think Ace is way too worried about it.
Just a bit surprising, of course, but...
That was the open AI buyback right there.
Open AI buyback, right. God bless our robot overlords.
As Drow is collapsing on that bottom tier 1, there is a Furion pushing the top tier 1, so they're trading very well. They're just waiting for these big ultimates. Spectre has the Haunt. Ember doesn't really have any mana to work with, so they have to wait for him as well to go and replenish, get those drums up.
Top tower will fall. Bottom as well. Ace getting the last hit.
Rubik is actually going for that Atos again. So second game in a row we're gonna see Rubik with first item Atos. I don't like it in this game as much as I liked it in the last one. It does make him a bit beefier, so he's a harder target to just blow up, let's say with Lion Finger. And because of that, it's good, but he doesn't have that one big target that he can just A-toss and prevent from blinking out or leaping or something similar. So
maybe they can get the jump onto the Drow, perhaps?
yeah, that's good, but she will have that force very soon, as she has the Dragonlance completed already and 1800 gold. So
Try just doing a little bit of split pushing here in this top lane, as a Furion will
Bounty
do.
runes on the bottom lane.
Are
Yeah.
up.
Lion takes one. They should take the other one as well. If they, yeah. And you can see all 5 of them are on this bottom side of the map, just creating this perimeter around Ace. He has fallen once already. He doesn't have that buyback. You don't want to lose that Drow again. And there's so many ways to get on top of her from the side of EHOME that you have to be playing around her. Also, what's the word, like, the thing that we have to notice is they have no saves. You don't have that Oracle or Wyvern or anything similar to save that Drow once they go on her. So it's basically her item build that's gonna have to help her with that. 4 staff, perhaps Spike, after that BKB, Shadowblade, maybe Blink.
33, they're on the hunt here through the jungle, hoping maybe that they can grab Shao 8 over here. You see these treants, in fact, yeah, 33 spots him out. They pop the drums. They're going to try to chase him down right now. Just a little bit too fast because he has a phase boost, throws out those trees. He's going to try to slow them down, try to break this line of sight as 33 still hunting through these woods. And it looks like Saxa is going to be the one who finds them immediately. The Hex comes out the finger, and they should be able to get a kill.
They might see Witch Doctor and Rubik. They do see them because that ward was there, and they know it, so they have to be careful. Yeah, Furion can buy back and fight them if he wanted to.
Looks like they'll go forward. There's going to be the buyback coming out immediately, and that Haunt as they're going to turn around over on 33, but they do manage to get the Doom off over onto the Ember. 33, he's taking too much damage, though. He's going to get taken down, and you see the TP go out. They don't want to have the Lion get taken out as well.
Yeah, this is another buyback that's a little bit questionable. I saw it coming. It did make sense, but you only take down the Doom with that buyback. However, it didn't really cost way too much, so because of that, it's all right. You're going to be able to create some pressure on this top tier 2.
Translate into another push, right? Although over here, the Witch Doctor is going to get just chased down by Ace. Maybe they're just a little bit too long, wanting to get that ward up.
Yeah, a little bit too eager to be the true position 5 that everyone likes, to be that guy that just wards everywhere, and because of that he gets punished. There is a BKB bound to happen on Huskar very soon. He has that Ogre Axe and another 1,000 gold in the bank. Once he gets that BKB, that Ember isn't really going to scare him any longer. So he's going to be completely free in this game. There is no way of stopping him, actually.
It's kind of rare, right? Because we've been seeing so many of these heroes that have the BKB piercing stuns. We've been seeing a lot of Bane, a lot of the Winter Wyvern.
Yeah, and in this game, we really don't have anything. There are no heroes that work really well versus the BKB. So once he gets that, he's going to be one scary Huskar.
Spectre just taking her time here, farming up, trying to catch up after having kind of a really rough laning phase. We'll have that Diffusal Blade online, though, soon.
Yep, with that Diffusal Blade, the game is going to be a little bit easier for Neverend, as he's going to be able to join these fights. I really like the fact that he's going for a little bit early game-oriented build, right, the mid-game.
I think he has to. There's no way that he can get away with taking something more complacent. Although Atos is going to get used by Xingqiu in the top lane, they still have their eyes on 33. They've got the Maledict damage, they've got the Searing Chains, and they even use the Death Ward just for good measure.
Yeah, that Atos just proving to be useful once again. You don't have to prevent someone from blinking or leaping as long as you can keep them in spot. That's good enough. You have the Witch Doctor with that Death Ward for the additional damage, and even the Doom that's really tanky right now. Drums, Vlad's, he doesn't have a chance. Drow did finish that pike, is moving towards Shadowblade actually for the next item. It does make a lot of sense. Once that Haunt is popped, you can use the Shadowblade to get in a better position, then re-engage afterwards. Also, that Shadowblade can be turned into Silver Edge later on to deal with the Spectre. It's not really the most optimal item build instantly, just to go for that break, but versus the Spectre, it's definitely a viable option.
I feel like we've been seeing a lot of Shadowblades being built on the Drows throughout this tournament.
Overall, it's a good item. Get some damage. Also, the invisibility is obviously good.
Especially against that Spectre, like you're saying, because you need to make sure that, you have that dust, you have that
Lion.
vision. Bottom lane, though, Saksa is going to get jumped on, has that TP. There's nothing that the Furion can do, but can they get in time? No, 430. Not going to be able to go and get those Searing Chains off.
Good play by Saksa, again, just playing on the edge. Even if they kill him there, he knows that's the risk. Like, he's that support that has to be farming in a greedy manner, because basically when you are farming in such a position, you're not only opening the map for your own team, you're stealing the map away from the enemy, and you're forcing them to go on you.
Ace, the Haunt comes out. Are they going to be able to find this kill over here on the Drow Ranger? It's looking pretty darn good, as she'll get taken down.
Unfortunate positioning by Ace.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
And he'll turn this right into a push over here on this mid tower. Saksa, oh Saksa, you need to be so careful because there are a lot of people chasing after you. They're going to go for a bit of a dive. Are they going to be able to find it? There's going to be the Hex coming through. In comes Fata. They get the Doom off as well.
here.
Are they going to be able to get this kill? Yes, they'll be able to take down 430. They'll take down Y.
You
and they'll
fools.
defend the tower. Xingqiu has to run himself back. Does have that Gust online. Pose out the Atos too.
Saksa is thinking, you fools, you can't go for me, specifically when there's that Huskar right next to me with the BKB. He's ready to fight, and if you are NIP right now, you're ready, even without that Drow, even with her being dead, like, you have the Huskar in his peak performance, in his peak time. He has that BKB, he has the armlet and 2 bracers. He's pretty much unkillable at the moment, unless you use that ward on him completely.
Be able to go and get the denial on the mid tower. About a 4K net worth lead now at about 20 minutes. Drow's going to be back up in about 10 seconds. The rest of the side, again, it's just that farming game for the Spectre.
Farming game for the Dire team as well, as the top 3 heroes are on 10k. Every single one has 10k net worth, and every single one is on the Dire side, on NIP's side.
All right, we get a big smoke coming out here from Ninjas.
They can go into the pit as well with this. They can straight go into the pit. They have the Vlads, they have the Drow. They're going to do that because even if they get scouted out by these Treants, they can fight around the pit. And look at how fast that Roshan is falling.
Well, the Treants, though, coming in Inner Fire, are going to be able to push them back. They
Doesn't
know that
matter,
they're
this
there.
is done.
It's just done. Just like that. Aegis is going to get picked up on Fata.
And now
this is go time.
This is definitely go time. You gave Huskar that first Aegis. That's the scariest part of the game, as that's usually when he tries to even go for high ground, when he takes all of your objectives. So far, they've done a really good job splitting the map and not letting them take way too many towers. They still have the tier 1 on top lane even. But I Something's telling me things are about to change.
Just feels like they're hitting these item timings just right. These power spikes on the side of Ninja's
Bottom
bottom
lane.
lane. They've got their eyes again on 33. They should be able to take him down. The Death Ward actually going to get used, and they should be able to take down Doom down for 40-something seconds.
Once again, it's the Doom that falls. He doesn't really care way too much. Has that Midas Devour. The only problem is that Midas is on cooldown, so he must be feeling a little bit bad about that. But so far, when it comes to net worth, he's just shrugging it off every single time and cries with his dollar bills.
Not sure they have dollar bills in the Dota world.
Come
but
on. Doom does.
Doom does. All right, all right. And just being patient again here.
We're gonna
Have a
see.
smoke on the side of EHOME as they make their way over towards the jungle.
Yeah, maybe they can take down Saksa if he's in the wrong
I
position.
think
However,
they see Ace. I think they want Ace. They sell the Treants.
yeah, they're moving bottom. PPD, he has to be the one that breaks the smoke, but it looks like Ace might be. Oh, Atos is there.
Atos comes out. There's
Pipe.
going to be the Force Staff.
Yeah, good
The
pipe.
TP is coming out by the shrine. They want to fight this Fata. Immediately going to get lifted up. They drop that tombstone, though. And there's going to be the steal coming out from Rubik. He's going to drop his own tombstone, try to run himself away here. And they're just going to be able to chase him down.
Can they chase
Take
him?
that
Can they
down?
take him? They
Nope,
can't really.
Just going to
Yeah.
take down the tombstone.
Yeah, I mean, he used it as a bait, right?
Right.
He just dropped it behind him, so the missiles go onto the tombstone and
Mm-hmm.
onto him. Pretty well played.
If you got it, might as well use it.
They didn't get the chance to take down Ace, as that one pike already proving to be very useful. That repositioning tool from it really worked out well. Also,
And he
Ace
decided not to go for the Shadow Blade.
yeah, he went for the BKB next. So
Trying to keep up in tempo, I think, with this Fata Huskar here.
exactly. If they can get these 3 BKBs on time, they can just go ham. Maybe even for high ground. BKB on Doom, BKB on Drow, and BKB on Huskar. You really do not have the physical damage necessary to take them down. You just have to kite them throughout the duration of those.
Fata, they've got that earn charge on him. He's going to move himself back.
He's just out. Just gonna heal up a little bit, use that armlet, use the...
Oh, the BKB on 33 too. Everybody's just picking up BKBs
Exactly.
on the side of Ninjas. They're going to go right back in again.
And that Huskar just wailing on that tower once again.
It's Atos into place. You know that Y wants to get that Death Ward off. It's going to be the lift, though, being thrown back over on 33. He's okay with tanking all of this as he just runs himself forward. They're going to try to take down that tombstone.
And
no
they will.
problem. Fata, though, ooh, that Wrath of Nature. Going to be able to pop the Aegis.
Yeah, that was definitely unexpected. You can still fight, but you just lost an Aegis without even taking a single tower. Not really the best play ever. And at the same time, as you're not taking any objectives, the Spectre is just farming away.
And just like that. Looks like they're going to try to go in here.
Yeah, they do see her with that ward, but they opt not to go.
BKB does get picked up on Drow, though. So we've got 3 BKBs, I believe, on the side of Ninjas in Pajamas now.
Okay, so you itemized in survivability, you itemized in this mid-game strength. I think they should definitely go for some objectives right now. The Spectre is still not on her peak strength, right? She doesn't have a lot of items, just the Diffusal and the Yasha. You can definitely pressure them.
You can see the lines being drawn out here. So they're going to make their way down to this bottom tower. Some pressure being placed here in the top lane, though.
Yeah, they're doing a really good job when it comes to split pushes, partly because they have this mid Furion, Zhao 8, like he is just able to split push every time they go for a tower. However, if they just force it, there's no way he pushes faster than the Drow and Huskar.
No. And that looks like what they're going to do here. Do you see these supports? They're positioning themselves very forward
Now
here.
look at that tower, it's just
just
disappearing.
melts.
Yeah.
And already you're seeing the pings come out. They have to go home. They have to protect this. They do manage to take the top tower, though.
I believe they go for the tier 3 here. I believe that's the play. Furion is already porting because he understands he needs to use that Crimson on the tower, and now they're just gonna go ham at it.
Just waiting for Fata to find that opening. We'll get a steal off. Mounts is going to get completed here. Life break gets picked up. There's a jump forward again, trying to just take down Zhao 8 as fast as they can. They've got that Hex up. They got the BKB. The finger will
got
come
him.
out. Zaxa finds that kill. Does have the buyback if they want to use it. We'll get some of these bounces, though, over here. Doom tanking a lot of it. Does manage to get off his BKB as they put a decent amount of damage on this tower. Not enough to take it down just yet, though.
Decent amount of damage. More importantly, they used BKBs and now they have to run.
Oh, Ember, they want it. They're going to get the haunt off, and the root's going to come into place as they hold the Huskar down. This Undying going to get held off on the back lines. Ace over here has that BKB. Fata, though, he's
Fata
taking
is
so much
dead.
damage. He's going to get taken out. 33 now, held into place. Undying, he's trying to just keep himself alive, has that heal, but they'll be able to take down the Doom, and they'll take down the
They're all just
Undying.
dying. They take 3 kills instantly. They just know what they need to do. They force the BKBs, but they do not fight. As soon as those BKBs are forced, they just wait it out and instantly strike afterwards. Very well played by EHOME, holding their base. The only thing they had to do is buy back on Zhao 8, but he's happy to do exactly that. And one more thing, I love his itemization. He completely adjusted to the game. He went for the Crimson Guard and the Vessel. That Vessel is so important versus the Doom, versus the Huskar as well. Yeah.
I noticed he picked up that urn very early on, and now having that completed Spirit Vessel is just so good here.
You have to be careful if you are an IP. When you're playing versus a Spectre and you lose one fight like that one, there aren't too many more fights that you have in store left. If you lose one more, the game is already very hard for you, as that Spectre is going to propel herself on the top of the network. Right now, your Drow is still holding that top spot, 15k against the 11 of the Spectre, but it might change with one more bad fight.
It's a scary thing about itemizing for such an early kind of push, especially when you're up against such a late game style lineup.
I just love the way EHOME played around it. They just baited the BKBs. Yeah, they did lose the Furion, but it didn't matter because as soon as those BKBs were off, then they fight. I love when team knows exactly how to fight and to choose when to fight as well.
And they're going to group up again, go for a smoke on the side of Ninjas in Pajamas. Might just be going on a warding expedition, though. Do have quite a few wards over on PPD and Saxa.
Yeah, Rosh can respawn in a minute, so warding right now is really important to give you more info to understand what's happening on the enemy side. They're gonna see this dagger, so they should know where the Spectre is at least. But they have no ways of jumping on top of her, actually. When you look at NIP, no blink daggers, no mobility items besides the forces and the pikes. They have no blink on the Doom either, so he's going for Shivas after BKB Vlads.
Smoke's about to run out here. So it looks like they want to maybe take this tier 1 top.
Perhaps fight around the bounty runes, perhaps just ward up and take control of this area for the next Roshan fight. I think that's the plan.
Drow gonna TP herself back here.
Are scanning.
Again, they're just going on this dewarding, keeping an eye on the Roche pit. Use the scan, there's no one nearby. Still have the Ember hiding up here in the tree line.
Yeah, he's just
gonna go TP himself out.
He TPs himself out after taking one more creep wave. That's really good because they're not going to have the vision from the creep wave as well for the next 30 seconds.
The Lincoln's is completed now on the Ember too, so he's going to be feeling a lot more confident in being able to move around on this map. Even has a regen rune bottled right now too.
Yeah, he's playing versus that Lion. Playing versus Lion as any high mobility hero is very scary because that insta-impale can really just lock you down so well. Having that Lincoln's does help out with that.
I'm loving that. We've got an Ags race coming out here. Xinkyu actually has part of an Ags set up here for himself, and the line is also rushing that
It
too.
looks like Xinkyu might be a bit faster, right? The Rubik, as he has 2k gold with the point booster, unless he opts to go for the dagger first, but I believe he's going to go for the Aghanim's.
It has been such a treat to watch Xinkyu this entire time. He is such a good Rubik.
Overall, his position 4 has been brilliant. Like, he's been playing really well. So
Batch
many...
of the fours, man.
Indeed, indeed. On the other hand, Saxa has been like playing so well for his team as well. His Enigmas, his Lions, his Rubiks, his Shadow Shamans. Right now, his Lion as well. Only 3 Finger of Death kills so far, but it's all right. Well, once he gets that Aghanim's, he's going to do so much AoE damage too. Later on, he can have that AoE Hex if it does get that late. But if it does get that late versus the Spectre, you have other problems, yeah.
Feels like Ninjas in Pajamas are a little lost right now. They're not sure exactly where to be going and what to be doing.
I believe the plan is to wait it out to see when the Roshan spawns and then fight around that pit. Perhaps that's the time for you to smoke up. I think their biggest issue is that they didn't find these wards in the dire jungle. So there's one ward scouting, well, 2 wards. One is about to run out. They're scouting them out completely, so they have good knowledge about the whereabouts of these NIP's heroes.
So Ace actually doubled back and went for the Shadow Blade that's being delivered to him right now.
You can see that he's going for Silver Edge. So he doubled down after getting the BKB. So it's very different if you go for Shadow Blade first or second, because if you're buying the Shadow Blade first, then you can get pickoffs, you can farm across the map, but most importantly, you can get those pickoffs with your Invis Gust, right? Invis Silence.
Right.
With the BKB, you're more pushing oriented or just farming in safety of the BKB oriented hero.
Another smoke gets used here by side ninjas. They're going to bait out the drow.
Yeah, just your good old smoke behind the carry. There is an illusion in the pit. Lion can get rid of it with the Hex very easily.
He's going to try to save up that double damage. Fata. Going to pick it up.
Spectre is going towards that BKB. Yeah, he just sold one raid band to buy it. And in this next fight, she can be very strong as well.
Feels like she's waiting. Feels like that fight's going to be breaking out soon and wants to have that haunt ready, watching that pit, keeping an eye on everything. Again, they do have the double damage on the Huskar.
I'm actually surprised they didn't go for that pit with the double damage. Obviously, it is hard. Versus the Spectre, versus any team, it's hard to go without getting a pick off. But with the double damage, this rush would fall in a matter of seconds, pretty much.
Looks like they will go in, though.
Yeah, now they do.
Life break. Look how fast it just melts here.
Where's the
So
Roshan?
even they drop the tombstone on top of it.
Yeah, they get the cheese, they get the Aegis. Aegis given to the Drow Ranger, cheese to the Huskar. They're gonna outpush the lanes, just take control of the map, and then perhaps look for another objective. That was an easy rush. Second time in a row, EHOME is just not ready to contest it. Even though they just bought the full BKB on Spectre, they realized that it's gonna fall way too fast, that there's a DD on Huskar, and because of that, they just let it happen. They just let it go.
You see some movement here in the top lane.
Ace
That
with
Shadow
that
Blade,
Shadow
but they
Blade,
have
yeah.
a sentry. They know that Ace is nearby.
And there's a Force Staff as well on Zhao 8, so it's a hard kill. And the Crimson Guard, like, you're not getting this. You're not doing this.
Well, they'll just try to turn their attention now to this top tier 1. Should be able to take it down, no problem. And again, Spectre just farming over in that bottom lane, waiting with that haunt.
That Rubik did steal... What did he steal? Gust? Yeah, it's a good silence. He has that Aghanim's as well now to work with.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
The lift being used over on the Drow. Glimmer Cape getting used again by the Witch Doctor. Put out that Maledict, but they're going to go for this jump. Immediately jumping over here onto Y. They'll get the silence off. They'll get the kill.
Rubik.
They're going to try to chase down Xingqiu here. He's trying to juke himself away, but it's not going to be able to do it. Will they be able to take down this Huskar? The BKB's coming out. They'll pop the Aegis.
Radiant's top tower.
And
They
while this
pop
is
the
going down, we
Aegis.
get that split push coming out from Zhao 8 in that other lane.
Yeah, they have to move back. They have to send someone to defend this. Right now, the Furion is doing a lot of work on this tier 3.
Doesn't feel like they're going to send anyone back. They're just going to keep going for this tier 2. The fort will get used.
Yeah, Zhao 8
So
went
they're
back
coming
too.
in. Okay.
And because of that, they're able to just continue pushing. I think the fact is, like, he has to go back to use the Crimson on the high ground, or the tower is just gonna fall, as he doesn't have 2 supports, and they don't have buyback either. So they're, for the next 10 seconds, they're in a really bad position.
We'll go throughout that Sprout.
10 seconds is all they need because they push so
Look how
fast.
fast. Yeah, and they've even got that Manta online for the Drow. She's chewing through these buildings here.
Yeah, they get the tier 3. I believe they go back, take the shrine, pick another fight. If they want to fight, they can fight elsewhere. They don't really have to give them the high ground advantage, as that Spectre is going to be able to just choose the right moment to haunt in. And she's always going to have vision on the supports. It's much easier to fight elsewhere.
Radiant's top shrine has fallen.
The Silver Edge might be completed on the draw. I believe it is, yeah. The recipe is flying out to her. Huskar moving towards his Satanic as well.
And already Zhao 8 already returning down to that bottom lane, trying to split push just
He's
a
doing
little bit
so
here.
good when it comes to these split
And the
pushes.
hunt though, 430. Do they really want to go up to this high ground? The Shiva's going to get popped over here on 33.
I'm pretty certain you don't want to go on this high
No,
ground.
I don't think so either. Not with a shrine up too.
Versus
I
this
think
team with Aegis, actually no Aegis,
there's
with
no
cheese,
Aegis anymore.
yeah, with cheese, like you don't want to go on the shrine.
Yeah, they back off. I think that's the right choice for EHOME.
Zhao 8 is playing this so carefully though, however. Like, he has the Force Staff and the Crimson Guard, but still, every time he's split pushing, he's kind of holding back. This time around, he's going to be able to take down these catapults, and because of that, someone is going to have to respond to this. Someone is going to have to defend the bottom lane.
They've got the vision over on the Witch Doctor. Immediately the Hex. The Haunt's going to come out though too, as they're going to drive down that tombstone in the middle of the pit. BKB comes out on the Spectre, but she's already been doomed up, and she's going to try to run herself away over on the back line, though they will be able to take down. And they've got Fata. He's going to try to jump forward again. Has that BKB. He's going to try to put out as much damage as he can, as the Ember Spirit has to get himself over onto the high ground. They don't have the vision on him. Spectre's still alive, even though the Doom has been used on her. And Sox is going to TP himself back here to that base.
Yeah, on one side Doom has been used, on the other Haunt, so you kind of trade these long cooldown spells.
Still have the cheese online for the Fata.
Yeah, he didn't use it, he only used the BKB in that fight. You almost lost the tier 3 on the bottom lane. Actually, it's under the deny range. 150 HP on it because of the catapults that we're pushing in.
Alright, Spectre has picked herself up. That Skull Basher is going to be working towards the Abyssal Blade.
It's gonna basically allow her to just jump on top of Spectre and try to kill her off with the first burst, with the Abyssal, with the Manta. That's the plan, but it's easier said than done, because there's a lot of control on the side of NIP. You can force stab the Drow away with Huskar, you can control the Spectre with Lion, so it's not that easy. There is an Aghanims completed on the Doom though.
Got about 11k net worth lead right now on the side of Ninjas in Pajamas. I feel like they really want to try to just catch Xiao 8, right? Catch this Nature's Prophet that keeps split pushing on them.
Even when they do catch him, he's so tanky. It takes them a while to kill him. You saw it when Drow caught him and tried to go on him. It just wasn't enough damage. Xiao 8 is doing a really good job so far, just split pushing, just keeping tabs on this bottom lane, forcing them back, forcing one player to go down to defend it.
The director dictating the pace of this game right now,
Exactly.
although you do see them trying to invade the jungle, hoping maybe they'll be able to find him. And already you see him teleport out, doesn't want anything to do with it.
He's one of the main reasons why Spectre has any farm, as he's creating enough space and forcing them to go back to defend this bottom lane every single minute. Like, every single minute someone has to go back bottom to defend. And they don't want to be fighting 4 versus 5 versus Spectre versus Furion, right? Even if you find a good engagement, if someone ported to that bottom lane to defend, you're gonna be fighting at a disadvantage, at least when it comes to numbers.
Ace has quite a bit of gold saved up here. Looks like he's looking towards that butterfly. Manta does get completed though now for this Ember Spirit, so the Gusts aren't going to be quite as useful. He has that up.
Ace moving towards the butterfly, Fata moving towards the Satanic. He just doesn't want to bite yet, as he has that buyback as well, right, to think about. So you don't really want to go all out. Saxa got himself a ghost, so it's going to be a little bit harder for the Spectre to take him down instantly.
Life is hard when you're a little lion. You want to be able to get those spells off in these fights, especially when you've got nags.
Especially when you have a Haunt against you, right? If that
Right.
Spectre uses Haunt and picks off the Lion, he's just dead instantly. So getting that Ghost is going to prevent them from doing that. He's just farming away with his little finger on that top lane with the Aghanims. The cooldown is just 20 seconds, so you can throw it away anytime you wanted to.
And they do spot out Ace for using those treants.
The pace of the game did slow down a little bit. On one side, we have the Spectre farming up, waiting for her next item. On the other side, we have NIP smoking up and looking for a kill.
Already going to see this rotation coming out from Drow. We'll drop a ward, and they'll immediately spot it out. 33, though. The Hex comes out immediately. They've got a gem. They've got the Doom now over here onto Never, and they'll be able to go use that finger. Will they be able to take down this Witch Doctor in time? Yes, they'll find it, and they should be able to get the kill onto the Spectre as that Doom just burns her down. 84 seconds. The Spectre is out of the game unless she wants to buy back. Butterfly just completed on Ace.
This 3-3 Doom, man, just even without the blink, he finds the right way to just run straight at that Spectre, doom her, and after that just kill off the Witch Doctor as well. Spectre now 60 seconds away from the map. Perhaps they can force the buyback. They're gonna go for the tier 2 at least.
Look how fast it goes down.
And Furion, he's in his base, so he's not split pushing right now. They're definitely gonna go for the high ground.
Ember's already TP'd himself back. Does have a double damage actually bottled up.
The only problem is they don't have the Doom, but he did buy the Boots of Travel, so he's gonna be able to join in.
I'll back off. They do have that sentry ward down.
They did back off in the end, yeah.
Looks like they're happy with just taking that tower in the middle lane.
Taking that tier 2, also killing off the Spectre, you don't really want to overcommit, as if the buyback does happen and they get good initiation on you, it can be troublesome.
And I think they're going to have that Satanic delivered. Yeah, there it is. Fata
Full
backing
Satanic.
off, got the full Satanic now.
You
Still
ha-
has cheese, has a BKB. They
You
can
have the
probably go
BKB,
back in.
cheese, Satanic. He has like so many ways of surviving and staying alive through these fights that it's going to be very hard for EHOME to take him down. You still have that vessel on the Furion to work with. It kind of negates the Satanic and the cheese, but at the same time, as long as he has life break or BKB, he should be fine.
So they'll go, they'll pop the Manta over on the Drow.
There's a
They're grouping
smoke.
together.
There's a smoke of EHOME.
They're going to go up onto that high ground. That's pretty scary, though. Although we do see Fata showing himself. It's going to be the BKB coming out from Fata almost instantly. So they pop the Crimson Guard.
Yeah, that reaction
to
time
steal
is
the
actually
tombstone.
that reaction time is crazy. Like as soon as he saw the sleight of fist, he instantly BKB'd, like within a split second.
Sentry Ward gets placed down. Ace finds himself this Witch Doctor. Manages to get that D-Ward. Still will fall. And there's a double damage rune available bottom.
Such as tomorrow.
Yeah, they're basically just waiting for this Roshan to respawn. It could respawn any second. Actually, it's going to respawn in 20 seconds. These teams obviously do not know the exact timer, so they're just camping around the pit. And remember, 20 seconds, 10 seconds actually for Roshan to respawn, and if NIP go into that pit, I think it takes them less than 10 seconds to take him down as well.
It just melts. Already you can see Xiao 80's trying to just do some more split pushing here. Witch Doctor's going to be up in about 15. Roche is up again. I don't think they spotted it out just yet, though.
They have the Haunt, they have the necessary items to fight as well. They are behind 13k, but I'm wondering if they're gonna let another Roche fall, because this is the Refresher or Refresher Shard that is Roche, and if you just let it fall like that, you might have double dooms with Aghanims as well in the next fight.
That's pretty scary. And look how fast this Roche is just going down now.
It's just gone already.
Okay, Aegis picked up again on the Drow Ranger. We've got the Refresher Shard on the Doom as expected.
So 3-3, he's gonna be able to not only doom the Spectre, but the Ember as well if he takes care of his Lincoln Sphere. And this next fight is gonna be very hard for EHOME.
And look at Ace, he was hoping that he could get a pick off, but not going to be able to do it. They've already left the bottom lane.
They already left bottom lane, but Zhao 8 instantly went top, so he's just creating a lot of space with his movements, forcing them to run back, even with the Aegis, even when the cheese, if you're forced to defend your side, like you're not really utilizing that time very well.
This double damage, are they going to get there?
It's running out.
It's running out, I know. Are they going to be able to get there in time? They'll just grab it up really quickly. Don't want to let it go to waste. Regen Rune will get picked up on Ace.
Yep.
Sure, he wishes that he had gotten there maybe a couple seconds sooner.
There's a relic on the Ember Spirit, so perhaps in this next fight he's going to buy out and have that Radiance too. That might
change things around a bit for them.
It's going to help a bit for sure. I'm not still certain that's enough, but it's a bonus source of damage that they desperately need.
Xingqiu picking up that Blink Dagger now. He's going to be able to get some good steals, and they do have a sentry down. Doom has the gem.
They're coming. They're going to go and push.
There's the Radiance. Ace going to be lifted up immediately. Throw out the dagger. They drop down their own tombstone. As the Hex comes out, we'll be able to go throw that down as well. And they're going to bounce back here. Steal the Hex over here on the Rubik.
With that Soul Rip, with that Force Staff, it's so easy to save the Drow and just reset afterwards. They kill the Tombstone. That's one big cooldown used on the side of EHOME, but not really the most important one, as the Undying is just like...
It is a Rubik. He's already got a Hex now.
Yeah.
He's not too concerned about this. Runes are up and running. Zhao Wei going to be able to go grab himself a couple of these runes here. The tension is just, you can feel it right now. Both of these teams.
NIP just circling around their base like vultures. If anyone just steps outside, is most certainly that. But Spectre and the Furion, they did manage to kind of squeeze through and find some farm throughout the map. Most importantly, for Furion, it's easy. He can port, he can just pressure them with his little treants. But he's going to have to go back to base. He needs to use that Crimson to save the tower.
Okay, the Atos is going to get used over on Ace. There's going to be a couple bounces here from that Coconut.
Oh,
He'll
he's
jump
in.
forward, though, again, and can they just take him down fast enough? This Hex, though, the Glimmer Cave buying some more time. Zhao Wei's still alive. There's going to be the buyback coming out immediately from the Witch Doctor.
It's only the Vision.
Oh, look at that
the
finger, though, the steal from Xingqiu. They have to push Ace back right now.
And that's such a good spell to steal, because the cooldown is only 20 seconds on the Rubik as well.
He's got that Ags.
And he has that Ags, exactly. He's gonna
They
be dishing
hold.
out. They hold on the back of Witch Doctor, eating that finger, dying, buying back, and Rubik also stealing it and just dishing out so much damage that he instantly repelled the draw away. Because remember, she only has 1600 HP. If you have that finger on Rubik, it can be like very useful for EHOME as well.
They have to be careful though. Spectre just bought out to get herself a Lincoln's. She will not have buyback, and they're going right back down mid again. 16k net worth lead for Ninjas in Pajamas.
Yeah, they still have the Aegis, the Cheese, and the Shard.
That disjoint. Saxa blinking himself forward. They're looking. Already used that Wrath of Nature.
They have that sentry, so if 3-3 just goes a little bit further, they will spot him.
Look how patient he is.
He doesn't need
They'll
to do
drop
that.
down their own sentry, and we'll be able to spot out the other one.
They just need to put the draw up front so that she takes down that tower. They don't really have to commit anyone else there.
They just keep trying to go after the Drow, but they're not finding it. And go pop that mantle. They'll drop the Tombstone, giving them that high ground vision. And we'll just take down the tower.
And the Tombstone is dropped by the Undying.
There's the jump forward, though, coming out from Saxa. We'll be able to go stun up.
The
There's going to be
Haunt
the
is
Haunt. There's going to be the BKB coming out. They'll turn right back around, but
Lion
we've
is
got
dead.
just craziness on the back line here. Fata fighting through. Is he going to be able to go find the kill on the Witch Doctor? Should have enough damage. He'll turn around now over onto the Rubik. Buyback's going to come out from the Lion. And look at this Doom. He's just chasing them down. He's barely going to be able to walk himself out. They're going to try to find him, though. The BKB wearing off over here on 33 as he tries to run himself away. They'll find the kill, though. And now they'll turn their attention over to Fata. They're jumping over on him. They've got the Hex. They've got that Spirit Vessel. Are they going to be able to take him down? He's going to try to force step out. No, he will get taken down. Ace has to TP himself away home.
What a beautiful hold by EHOME, actually. Like, they take down the Huskar, they take down the Doom. The Doom was pinging the whole time, help me, someone, anyone, but they just ran him down, even with his Shadow Blade. It didn't really matter. He tried to, I believe his first Doom got popped by the Lincolns, so he didn't use it. And the second one, he used the Refresher Shard, but he couldn't find the right target. They were just joking around so well. Spectre created so much chaos with that Haunt too. Like, really well played. And she's gonna be getting that level 25 now, plus 40% Haunt Illusion damage.
Ooh.
Yeah, that becomes scary right now.
Tower is under attack.
Well, the push is on over here in the mid lane. Don't have the Huskar or the Doom up right now.
They do not push just as fast as Drow and Huskar, but without the Doom and the Huskar, they definitely have this time window. They have the 30 seconds to either force the buyback or take a side.
Already Ace, he's trying to clear them up. They'll pop that Lincolns again. Tombstone will get dropped down. Just pushing them away from their buildings.
All right, just with that, just with the Tombstone popped, it looks like they're gonna go back.
There's a lot of gold on Ace right now. What's his next item, do you think? Besides buyback, obviously.
Yeah, he needs to save for that buyback right now, but after the buyback, I'm not certain. He could go for a crit. Let's see what he opts for.
The Pajamas just hugging tight to each other here. Staying as 5.
Yeah, they're just waiting for that Huskar to be S5, right? They just need that Huskar before they start making any movements.
He does pick up the boots of travel now.
So he can join them on the bottom lane if he finds it necessary to do so, and he can just outpush top, but it's scary. Like, you can see that he's sitting on the high ground. Top lane is pushing in. He's just gonna wait for the creep waves to come to the tower, because if he goes out, perhaps they're there, perhaps they're smoked up. You don't have any vision. And the similar thing is happening for EHOME. You can see that they're also hidden inside their base. Both of these teams are pretty much playing off map, and because of that, they're just afraid. Everyone else is just moving in darkness. Like, you can't really move alone.
Feels like one bad fight could just turn everything around. Still have a 10k net worth lead, though, going on the side of Ninjas. Doesn't feel like it, though.
Yeah, that crit is gonna be the next Drow Ranger item. It looks like, as Ace did queue up the Daedalus. He's gonna hit very hard after that is completed. He has that level 25 talent, the 50% cooldown reduction as well. Like, he always
Changed his mind.
He changed it. He was going for what, Hyperstone?
Went for the Maelstrom. Get some of those lightning procs.
Yeah, the lightning procs can be useful too. It's gonna buff his damage up as well, and you can use that Mjolnir on the Doom or the Huskar, and they go ham. So it's all right. There's an AC as well. It's gonna be picked up by the Huskar.
Smoke comes out. Ace is very far forward here. You can see the boots travel coming out from the Doom.
They see
Never
never
End.
He
They
has
want this.
BKB.
I don't think they're going to be able to grab him in time, although Ace is trying. Will throw out one arrow. They force out the BKB, though.
Yeah, that's really good. He risked it. He bluffed it. He just tried to hit him so that he forces the Spectre to BKB. Basically, in Spectre's mind, if she's attacking me, there's Doom nearby, or there's Lion ready to pounce, so I have to BKB. Really well played by the Drow Ranger. These subtle little plays are very important.
The problem is, though, they have a huge split push problem. Xiao 8, just every time that he sees the Drow in a different lane,
Yeah,
he just goes to a different one and starts pushing.
The map is infested by rats. This Furion, like, is truly one giant rat. Like, he's just porting from one side to the other, just creep skipping all the time, keeping these lanes pushed in. However, NIP, they're reaching that point in which pretty much everyone has travels, everyone that matters, so they can outpush, they can always join in the fight. So I don't think that problem is going to last for a lot longer.
Double damage rune is available bottom. They'll spot it out.
That Mjolnir is going to be finished now on the Drow as well.
Look at the damage on this Drow Ranger. Mjolnir fully completed.
I guess you just go and fight and you swap the travels for the Mjolnir. Yeah, that's pretty much it.
They're just playing so safe on the side of EHOME. They know exactly that they cannot afford to be caught out.
It's very easy for them to die. There's this Doom. If he catches a target and the target gets doomed, that target is dead instantly afterwards. So they have to be playing this very passive game on their own high ground and wait for the Spectre to reach the critical mass. As you can see, the Spectre is 10k behind the Drow Ranger. Like, she's not there. She doesn't have all the necessary items for her to fight properly. So staying on high ground is definitely a smart option for now. They did spot out the Lion on top lane, and because of that, maybe they're going to move out a little bit. That Roshan is going to spawn in a minute, so perhaps move around the Rosh, ward it up. The Radiant wards around that Roshan are going to expire in a minute, so you might have to refresh them soon.
So he does pick himself up a Shadow Blade here, too. They use that smoke, start positioning themselves around the pit. You can see the lines being drawn now.
They are going to run
find
into
the Drow.
The smoke is broken. They have the gem. They see
She's
her.
there. There's going to be the lift immediately. Going to try to get a steal off as they'll
The
turn
Haunt is
right
there.
back in. The Haunt's out. They've got the BKB. They're going to be able to take down Ace. No, Ace. He's still alive, but it's not going to be for much longer. He's going to get taken down. There's no Drow Ranger now for 97 seconds unless they want to buy her back.
What a great initiation there. Rubik with the Shadow Blade, scouting her out with the Gem of True Sight, instantly lifting her. Haunt is committed and they take her down. Also, what's really good about that pickoff is that the fact that in 10 seconds Roshan
Rush
is
is
going to
be
spawn.
right back
They
up.
just have to scout it. They just have to move around it and just see exactly when it spawns so that they can take it down fast. Furion, sadly, is about to port. Let's see. Now he's going to leave the Treants first in the pit.
We'll see it. It's right up. They can notice it right away. Those Treants tanking it.
You have to be thinking about buying back on that Drow and fighting the Rosh, I believe, if you are an IP, but it's so difficult to do that.
It doesn't look like they're going to buy her back.
It doesn't look that way indeed. Like, they're just gonna let the Rosh fall. Like, we didn't see a single Rosh fight in this game. Every single time...
No one's contesting it. Yeah, they're just
no one
allowing
is
each one
yeah.
to take it.
NIP, when they move in the pit, it's gone in a matter of seconds. And now, EHOME, they just got a good pick off, and NIP can't really contest afterwards. So that refresher is going to be picked up by the Spectre. And that's so good on the Spectre with Aegis, because you can basically respawn, use the Haunt again, and fight again.
You've also got the Abyssal Blade. You've got the BKB. There's lots of good things here for that refresher shard.
What's really important about this refresher shard is the fact that it allows the Spectre to be the initiating hero. You don't need to wait for Rubik to find the target or the Ember. You basically pop that Haunt, initiate, create a lot of chaos, force them to fight. Even if you die, it doesn't matter. You have the Aegis, you have another refresher, you can use it, you can use another ultimate.
We're starting to see that net worth lead slowly slip away now from Ninjas in Pajamas. Only about a 5k lead now.
Yeah, the Spectre is climbing up, and so is the Ember Spirit with his Radiance, with the Octarine core. This is pretty much where he wants to be.
This is scary too. Y has picked himself up an Aghanim Scepter. That's how far this game has gone. We're a 55-minute game here for game number 5.
Full Ags
We got
on
a
the
full
Witch
Ags
Doctor.
on a Witch Doctor.
That's a feels-good man for that Witch Doctor.
He's had pretty good ultimates too.
Yeah, and I mean, one of the reasons why he scaled so well and why he got the things that he got is because he has that level 15 talent plus 120 gold per minute.
So Haystream picked up over on Never End.
it's always good to have these heroes that have a good gold per minute talent, especially when the game lasts so long. As we are seeing more Spectres picked up, I think we're going to see more supports that are actually capable of scaling well with the Spectre. So one of them is definitely the Witch Doctor.
You can see this time the tables have turned around. Ninjas in pajamas, they're hiding in that base. They don't want to go out the Spectre again. They know she's got an Aegis, she's got a Refresher Shard. It's just too scary to go out there because if you get picked off...
Yeah, another hero that might have a Refresher Orb soon enough is that Doom. Like, he has 2 Preservances in his base, he just needs the recipe, but the fact is, if he buys out, he won't have the buyback, so... Let's see, he actually sold an item, is he gonna get it? Alright.
Alright.
He got the orb, and now he has the buyback too. Furion just being a nuisance on that top lane again, just split pushing.
Like we said, they have a rat problem.
And he's relentless. Even now when they're so far, I mean, they're not in front when it comes to net worth, but the state of the game, they're in control, right? They're controlling the game. He's still split pushing. He still wants to take down this tier 3 on the top lane or the bottom lane. They're very low, and if he does that, they can take down the shrines.
Look at him already. He's got the Sprout up. They'll put down their own vision. Take it down.
There he goes. He creates the treants. They instantly get cleaned up. Fata is like, I'm not taking this. I'm not letting you take this tower without fighting me properly.
They're just being so patient on both sides. Who's going to be the first side to initiate? There's the Hex actually used over on Fata.
More likely it's gonna be EHOME, obviously, as they do have the Aegis, yeah, still.
Look at the Zhao 8, just constantly going to be able to put pressure down. Doesn't quite finish up that tower.
Well, this is such a frustrating position to be in as an IP. This is the worst right now. You have to send one hero on that top lane to catch Zhao 8, but at the same time, if you do so, you're fighting 4 versus 5 on the bottom because Zhao 8 is just gonna port back bottom.
Pop the Lincolns over on the Spectre. Again, just dodging in and out, throwing illusions, throwing trees.
Yeah, the trees
No
are...
hard committal just yet.
Oh, there we go.
There's the hard committal though over on this bottom. Can they find this kill? Not quite going to be able to find it just yet as the BKB does come out from Never. And oh, it's still going to be able to pop though. Be the Aegis taken down.
They didn't really commit a whole lot into taking down that Spectre, and now that whole story about her having Refresher Orb and the ultimate falls into water. She still does have buyback, so they could do that, but overall, NIP, they hold with not a whole lot committed. That top tier 3 also still surviving on 27 HP, the bottom one as well. And they can't take down the shrines.
Just so patient, so patient. All right, do see Ninjas in Pajamas. They are starting to move their way out of the space.
I believe they're going to go and fight very soon. That Aegis is going to be reclaimed in 30 seconds. Furion on that top lane is doomed, however.
Now they'll be able to chase him down. They should be able to get this kill no problem here.
Yeah, this is a really good pick-off for NIP, and instantly after this, I believe they're going to smoke, because you have that Refresher Orb. You can use that smoke again to find the target and doom it. Furion is dead, and that Aegis has just been reclaimed, so they don't have that to work with.
Well, it did pop.
Yeah,
it did get
pop,
the kill
actually,
on the
you're
Spectre.
right. Crazy.
Are they going to be able to find anything here? There's going to be a steal. Inner fire coming out from Fata. I just want to push these lanes out now, I think.
That Shadow Blade on Rubik proving to be a little bit problematic for them to deal with. They did not expect it multiple times now, so they don't really have a lot of detection across the map either. And he's just free to roam across and give info to his team.
They still had, did they have a gem still online? One of them had a gem at one point.
They have it on Undying.
Okay. And you can see Ninjas, they're already making their way to this top lane. Maybe hoping to push out that buyback, farming up as they go.
They're definitely going to do that, it seems, as Zhao is moving in that position to push the Raxes on the top lane. Let's see, maybe even mid. They have a huge creep wave going there. They have the catapults as well. And this Rubik, oh, he moved.
Oh, good blink.
Good blink, insta reaction to get out. If he remained there for 1 split second more, he'd die.
I don't know if they want to go in on this now. They don't have the Huskar, though. He does have boots of travel. They're going to go up into the high ground, Slight. Ace, feeling out the waters.
Catapults are going ham on those towers, but that's not enough. The lift is there.
And lift right onto the drow. Gonna be able to go pull her back. BKB is gonna come out. They've got the haunt, and you're gonna see Neverend. He's got his eyes over here onto the Undying, over on the back end though. Are they gonna be able to move themselves away? Undying, he's taking a decent amount of damage. He's actually still alive. Doom comes forward. That's gonna be a beautiful Axe ult coming out from this Witch Doctor, but it's not enough damage. They don't have the follow-up.
They repelled them once again. Are they gonna chase though? It doesn't look that way. Spectre did use that Silver Edge and is waiting to see if anyone goes out. That Rubik might run into a problem, might run into Fata.
Got their own smoke picked up over on the Witch Doctor. Are they going to try to make moves now is the question.
Yeah, because it's very hard for these two teams to push high ground right now. You can see it. Ember on one side defending Witch Doctor with the ultimate as well. That ward, it's very difficult even for a Drow to take objectives. And on the other side, whenever you go high ground, you're playing into a Drow, so it's even more difficult.
Look at how wealthy this Rubik is.
It's just ridiculous.
Got a Kaya and Sanj.
And he's smoked up, and they're making this move. Perhaps they can catch someone. 3-3.
Yeah, they find that. They're going to be able to burst him down fast enough. 33, he's just evaporates as they go. And they use the haunt. They're going to be able to chase after Ace, but they don't have the detection. Ace going to be able to run himself up here. Zhao 8 making this rotation. There's going to be BKB coming out from Neverend. He's got Saxa hold it up all into the trees. We'll be able to use those Searing Chains over on the Huskar as they're going to try to put some damage in, but they don't have a creep wave. Oh, and they'll turn back around. Are they going to be able to take down Zhao 8? No, not quite yet.
They have this one solo creep on the mid lane. Perhaps he can help them out with the push, but
how long is he going to be alive? Yeah. Just keep sliding around. Get the steal over on the Rubik. He's going to be able to get the inner fire.
Furion ratting on the bottom lane, but is caught by the Lion.
Well, there's the Hex. Can they follow it up? Be able to go, put out a lot of damage. There's going to be the finger coming out. Not quite enough damage to take down Zhao 8 now. There's a finger turning right back around over on the Drow. She has to pop her own BKB as she runs herself back. Needs to heal up.
Man, that finger is always so scary once he's used by Rubik, yeah, because of that Arcane Supremacy. Aura as well. Ace had to go back instantly to heal up. And they're still around. They're still around this mid. As we see Rubik traveling back in.
They don't have the haunt, though, on the Spectre.
Do they have the orb? They don't.
He's going to pop the Lincolns. Again, inner fire coming out. The Hex is going to get used. They get that gust off. Still move themselves away. That Hex coming out over onto Fata. He's going to try to run himself out. They get so much damage out, but he's got his own BKB. He's up and kicking. Going to just go and eat up that cheese. Turn her around. This Witch Doctor ulti is doing damage, but they need to follow it up with more. Those Searing Chains, though, over on the back end will be able to hold them into place. And they're finding this Drow Ranger. She's in for so much trouble. Are they going to be able to take him down? Nice. He's got that BKB. He's trying to run himself out. That's a big finger that gets used as the rest of the side of Ninjas in Pajamas, they repel them back. Although there's the finger coming out from Zinke. He finds the kill on Ace. They do have buyback if they need it. Fata, he's back up and running. In comes the Doom again. Those chains coming out.
Man, this Rubik is on fire. With those fingers, they're much more valuable for EHOME than they are for NIP at the moment. You have that Kayan Sanj, you have the Etherlands, and the Aghanims. He just jumps in, zabs that Drow. Even, like, once he catches her, she's just dead.
Q is just such a good Rubik. These steals have been so on point in his positioning for these fights. Drow down for 68 seconds. They're thinking about going back in here again. See already Zhao Wei joining back up. They've got the Sprout.
Spectre could be there. She does have Haunt to work with. The finger is there, but there's a lot of sustain on the side of EHOME. You have that Voodoo Restoration from Y.
They go right back in again.
You can see that they're not truly committing.
Saxa jumping forward, though Zinke already, he's there. He's going to try to pick him up. The BKB coming out from Fata. Are they going to be able to get this kill over here? Yeah, they'll take down the Witch Doctor, but they've got the Haunt. And now it looks like they're going to try to fight through Neverend, running himself out. That's another big finger that gets used over here. And they're going to try to push them back. They're chasing after the Rubik. Are they going to be able to find it? They've got the Ags. The buyback is going to come out from the Drow Ranger. And there's going to be a Hex being thrown again. Are they going to be able to find the kill over onto 33? He's sitting so very low. He will get taken down, but they'll be able to go and take down the Rubik as well. And then comes the Drow. She's doing a lot of damage. They're holding them into place. Is Spectre going to be able to? No, he's down for 99 seconds. They'll be able to go and take him out. There's a buyback coming out. They've got the Gust over here onto the Spirion. He'll be taken down too.
Great buybacks coming from NIP, holding their base, only losing one range Rax, and after that they can go straight into the pit or force these buybacks because Spectre is 80 seconds dead. She doesn't have that refresher, so no ultimate for 80 seconds too. So even if she does buyback, it's very hard for her to fight. Overall, I believe the most disciplined course of action right now for NIP is to go into that pit. You're gonna get that Aegis, Cheese, and Refresher. The Roshan is going to fall in a matter of seconds, so you can continue afterwards. You can still push with it.
It was already going down so fast before. In fact, Lion even gets himself in the Ethereal Blade. We have hit that point of the game.
And I just love the fact that 3-3 realized that this Rubik is just a menace and he needs to Doom someone, and that Rubik is definitely a worthy target. Like, he didn't save the Doom for Ember or Spectre or whatever. No course, just get that Rubik.
All right, Roche will fall.
You do have the Aegis on the Drow Ranger right now, but she does not have buyback, so you still have to be very careful about the way you approach this high ground push, because if you do lose the Drow Ranger twice in a row, she's going to be dead for a very, very long time.
No, wait, he buys back. He's ready for this assault. Spectre is going to be up in about 20 seconds. Does not have the haunt just yet, but will have it very, very shortly as Fata throws his body up right here on the high ground, and already they're just going to try to take this out. Got the Tombstone for it, will be used. Spectre up in about 10 seconds. Witch Doctor is already up. You see that, the jump forward over here, over onto 430, but they're also going to be able to go get the jump over to ZenQ. He doesn't have it. He's going to be taken down. And now it looks like Ember, he's going to try to slide himself away. Pushes them back just a little bit. They will be able to throw out the cask. Saksa is going to drag behind a little bit. They'll throw out the dagger.
I'm not so certain they want to go back. This Rubik is a very important part of EHOME's whole draft. Like, if you take him down for 100 seconds, you do want to continue fighting on the side of NIP.
I don't think they're going to leave. I think they realize this. They'll go right back in again. Throwing those daggers out.
Looks like they want to
Are they just gonna, they're going for the tier 4s. They want to finish this up. They know that ZenQ doesn't have that buyback. And just like that, look at Fata, just chips away, takes down one tower.
Just look at that damage. You can't wait for long.
It's going to be the haunt. They're going to try to jump in over on the back and try to take down Ace. They've got that BKB. They've got the Doom Dove. They've got the Refresher. Now Spectre having to run herself out. Never end. He's just taking down so fast. Are they going to be able to get this kill? Fata will actually fall though. And they're going to keep pushing out this Witch Doctor. He's doing work over on the back end. Peter Pan's going to get taken down. But they'll find the kill over onto Showa using that finger. Doom, he's still alive and kicking. He's going to get the kill at 430. There's going to be the buyback coming out from Ember. He wants to push him off the base. Is he going to be able to do it fast enough? He will be able to take down the Doom. And they're going right back in. They get the throne though. Is this going to be it? Is this going to be it? Ninjas in the game? It is! And just like that, Ninjas